They go to the other side. Baguio on the move. Nilipat pa sa kaliwa. Ravena on the move to the right side. Kicks it out. Malyari is open. Bang! Alex Malyari with a cold-blooded three. Lee with a catch and two. That's good.
Babawi ka kami.
They say that champions are bred from adversity. At ngayong gabi, susubukan naman ng Magnolia Hotshots ng pantayin ang kanilang serye na wala ang puso at kaluluwa ng kanilang koponan. Tatablahin ba ng Hotshots o lalamangan na ng todo ng NLEX Road Warriors? Game 2 beckons here inside the Mall of Asia Arena kung saan ang mga Panitipoli katapat nila ang Kiefer Ravena. Take a look at some of the key players. The Dean Quinito Enzo at kasama si Chuck Araneta. What are we seeing in this classic matchup of these two veterans, Denny?
I think we're seeing a team on the rise. Yung NLEX, first time sila naglalaro sa semifinals. In fact, first time sila nakakuha ng semifinals victory in game number 1 nung tinalo nila ang Magnolia 88-87. And NLEX is a team that is on a hot streak. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, while Magnolia has been teaching on the brink of, well, not too good games. Last 6 games na Magnolia, they're only a 500 team. They've won 3, they've lost 3.
Sabi mo ano, Dean, it's all about a throwback battle yung naging laban natin in Game 1. And the story heading into this game has been how Magnolia will react to the absence of Mark Pignes. Alam natin na wala na siya for Game 1 and possibly for Game 2 and maybe the rest of this series. How is Magnolia going to be able to respond without their leader in Mark Pignes?
I think it's a matter of just focusing on what they need to do. Alam po natin ng Magnolia, they win with defense. 9 wins nila, they've held their opponents to an average of 81.9 points. When they lose, their opponents average 88.8 points. And guess what? Sa game number 1, tinalo sila ng NLEX 88-87.
And ito na nga, nakita na nga natin on update also on what nagawa ni Cyrus Baguio tsaka ni Peter June Simon. Alam natin na without Pingres, they are really gonna have to rely on PJ Simon to carry the cudgels for this Magnolia hotshot squad. And Mark Pingres, you see right now on your screen yung nangyari sa kanya, bumigay lang talaga yung tuhod niya, Dean, and it was obviously a painful sight and an emotional moment for the Magnolia Hotshots.
Well, a left knee injury here for Mark Pingres, and I think we're going to find out from Riza Diaz a little bit later on, or maybe even now, as to the status of his injury.
That is exactly right, Dean, and I think we've been waiting and we've been all hoping and for the best para dito kay Sakuragi. As his teammates have been watching, they saw him getting stretchered out of the Smart Araneta Coliseum, and even Coach Chot, was sending up prayers, even the opponents, guys like Alex Malyari. At ngayon, it's time to hear ano ba nangyari dito kay Mark Pingnes. Makibalita tayo. The third member of our broadcast team is Riza Diaz.
Chuck, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, pero lumabas na nga yung resulta ng MRI ni Mark Pingres, and it shows that he tore his left ACL. He's scheduled for an operation on Wednesday, and that means on a minimum, he will be out for 6 months and a maximum of 8 months. What's interesting is, eto rin yung tuhod na naoperahan on ACL about 20 years ago when he was still playing for the youth team. Mark Pingres was 17 years old then. Nakita naman natin na nakarecover siya, nakapaglaro pa nga sa PBA at sa Gilas. The difference now is Mark Pingres is 36 years old. Kaya kanina nung kausap siya ni Governor Pardo, medyo apprehensive daw si Mark, kinakabahan dahil aminado siya, his contract with Magnolia is expiring on August. So there's a part of him na syempre worried because he's a family man. Now Governor Pardo assured that they will take care of him. And in fact, the team nagpapakita ng suporta. Si Paulie nag-post kanina sa Instagram, and of course the whole team ngayon may suot silang number 15 band on their jersey supporting of course Mark Pingres. Chuck.
Thank you so much, Riza, for your report. Again, a heartbreaking news na wala na nga si Mark Pingres, not just for this game, Dean, but it looks like this entire series. And without Mark Pingres, they're gonna have to turn to even more. Ang kanilang lethal weapon si Paulie was really shackled in Game 1. And I think also because of the familiarity ni Coach Yeng Yao's NLEX also, mukhang natutukan itong si Lethal Weapon.
Well, kasama na yun, no? But you take away the pick and roll offense ni Paulie. You trap him, you make it difficult for him to get his shot. Eto nangyari. 17 points ang average niya sa conference, but in game number 1, held to just 8 points. Leading scorer siya ng Magnolia, and he's got to be able to take the responsibility on his shoulders. Ngayon at hindi makakalaro si Ping. At ganun din si Justin Melton. And I compare Magnolia, parang patig yan eh. Parang nabunutan sila ng dalawang ipin. So they don't have Papa Shark, who is Mark Pingris, and they also will not have Baby Shark, who is Justin Melton. And they need those two to play the tough defense that propel them to second place sa eliminations.
You see right now on your screen, the Phenom Kiefer Ravena at gusto sanang makagawing 2-0 ang kanilang kalamangan sa ating serye kontra sa Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. And this quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. Simula ng labanan ng tunay na lakas. Magnolia Hotshots in the dark blue. They start with Gio Halalon, Paul Lee, Rome De La Rosa, Rafi Rivas, and Ian Sangalang. Kabila naman para sa NLEX Road Warriors. As Paulie draining that three-pointer. Good start dito para sa Magnolia if they can get Paulie off on the right track.
Well, excellent start there by Paul Lee. Three-pointer right away. But for NLEX, very typical of Coach Yeng Yao to come up with a very different starting lineup. Si Monfort na hindi naglaro in the entire playoffs so far. Starting here for NLEX. Ighalo, same thing, no? He did not play in the first game against Alaska in the playoffs, but played the last 2 games. Did not start the last 4 games ng NLEX, but yet he's starting here.
We're also seeing Asi Taulava in the starting lineup. Kasama si JR Guinyan, Kiefer Ravena, Eman Monfort, and Kenneth Ighalo. A lot of defenders, a lot of size dito para sa Magnolia. Unang 2 puntos at Road Warriors mula kay Guinyahan for 2.
I think it's very important para sa NLEX na makakuha sila ng range nila from mid-range. Hindi sila dapat lumapit masyado sa basket because, well, first of all, nandiyan si Rafi Rivas. This guy is a big rim protector. If they can get their distance from mid-range, they should be able to get good shots off.
Turnover is committed by the Magnolia Hotshots. So ang bola babalik dito sa NLEX Road Warriors. You know, NLEX had a lot of success the Dean in the low-scoring game. It was 88, 87, 87. Alam natin ang NLEX. Kampante sila pagtakbuhan ng laro, pag mataas, high-octane game. Do you expect them to try to push the tempo a little bit more here in game 2?
NLEX definitely will want to push it up. No? First of all, they've got fresher legs. They have younger legs. They've got only 4 players who are at least 30 years old compared to 6 players for the Magnolia Hotshots. But of course, NLEX has the 45-year-old Asi Taulava.
Mabiti na tira ni Lee, hindi umubra. Pero nandyan si Gio Halalon for the offensive rebound and he will have to earn it from the strike.
Well, just wanna check kanina nung binigit ko na si Ighalo, hindi nag-start over the last 4 games ng NLEX. He actually started the last game against Magnolia, so this is his 2nd straight start in this series. And for Asi Taulava, this will be his first start in this series. Started the first game against Alaska in the playoffs, but did not start the last 2. Yan po ang mga pagbabago ng mga starting lineup and starting players rather ni Coach Yeng Yao.
A foul is whistled on NLEX. Mukhang mapipituan si JR Guinyahan. And JR Guinyahan has to be very careful also dun sa kanyang mga fouls. Naalala ko yung sa quarterfinals matchup against Alaska. Nag-foul out itong si Guinyahan. Sangalang rumbling to the rim. Nice kiss off the glass for 2. And it is a 5-2 advantage right now for the Hotshots.
And kanina pinag-uusapan natin yung starting lineup ng NLEX. What about Magnolia? De La Rosa is starting here, did not start the last game. Sangalang also started, did not start the last game. So maraming mga pagbabago. Halalon also did not start the last game for Magnolia.
Okay, pagkakataon na rin natin na makibalita sa Dean's List of Kinito and Son. Let's start off first with the Magnolia Hotshots.
Well, from Magnolia, unang-una, sinong pantapat kay Kiefer Ravena? And I would think Gio Halalon or Rome De La Rosa, either of those 2 players, may need to stop si Kiefer Ravena, who's, by the way, averaging 17.3 points in the last 3 playoff games. Pangalawa, saksak sila sa loob because they only had 6 free throw attempts in game number 1. They need to be more aggressive and take advantage of their size. At pangatlo, balabugin nila ang backcourt ng NLEX. And we know that in the eliminations, Magnolia was number 2 in turnover points. That's 20 turnover points a game. But in game 1, only 4 turnover points. At
Ngayon
ito naman,
kapilang panig naman para sa NLEX. Anong kailangan
for
nila gawin?
NLEX unang-una, trap nila si Paul Lee sa ball screen because that's where Lee gets off his shots sa ball screen. No? They need to make him a passer instead of a scorer. Pangalawa, bilisan nila ang laro. At pangatlo, attack sa mid-range because if they come very close to the basket, aba naghihintay dyan sina Ian Sangalang o kaya si Rafi Rivas.
Big block there by Asi Taulava on Ian Sangalang. Ito na naman ang NLEX. Nagmamadali sa kanilang opensa. Kiefer, long two. And that's 5 points para kay Kiefer Ravenna to start this ballgame. Oh, check that. That interest pala kanina galang kay Kinyahan. First two ni Ravenna. So we are palit na naman ang kalamangan. 9-7 lamang ang NLEX.
Well, there's a reason kung bakit si Ighalo, who is a Phil Nigerian, is in a starting lineup here for NLEX. He's there for defensive purposes. Not so much in terms of offense, but he's there to defend Paul Lee.
This Pay Maya play is brought to you by Pay Maya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute. Just download that Pay Maya app. Ighalo though with the turnover. It is a 3-on-1 fast break. Halalo on over to Sangalang, an easy layup for the Hot Shots.
Yung turnover points na nakukuha ng Magnolia, that seems to be doing well para sa kanila ngayon. By the way, kanina tinanong natin, sino ba ang pantabat ng star against Kiefer Ravenna? Now we have the answer. It's Rome De La Rosa. I think it's a much better matchup against Kiefer than any one of the guards ng Magnolia.
We got a loose ball foul. It's gonna go on Asi Taulava. Tabla tayo at 9 apiece as you see on your screen. Coach Engyao, ito namang Smart Assist is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before.
Well, kanina sinabi ni Risa that Magnolia is dedicating this game to Ping, and we certainly wish him full recovery. And by the way, talking about Rome De La Rosa, he's there for defensive purposes against Ravenna. Well, he contributes with a 3-point shot.
You know, alam natin itong Hot Shots squad, the Dean, they have a lot of great defenders like Rafi Rivas, Rome De La Rosa. If they can also contribute on offense, napakalaking bagay niyan.
Malaking bagay. But yung emphasis ng Magnolia has to be in defense. That's how they've been able to win games, through their defense. And for NLEX naman, well, ang accent nila dito, high scoring. That's how they win games naman. In 9 wins of NLEX in this conference, they've averaged 96.8 points. But in their 5 losses, that average is down to 89.6. NLEX likes to make it high scoring. They want the offense to flow, and that's the system ni Coach Yeng Giao. He wants equal distribution. He wants everybody to get an opportunity to score baskets.
Speaking of high scoring, ganda ng panimula ni Paul Lee dito sa ating laro. Meron na siya 5 puntos. And check out this pass. As Kiefer getting it to Taulava, hindi lang umubrang putback. A rock is there for the putback once again.
Iba na malaki. But Kiefer Ravenna would have had an assist if only Asi Taulava made that first attempt.
Si Taulava can play in this game, no? Because no, there's a smaller Rafi Rivas in the middle. He's someone who can also provide inside scoring for this NLEX team.
I think so. Here's Paul Lee.
Shot will not fall. Look at Rivas and Ravenna battling for that loose ball, but it goes to NLEX.
Paul Lee hirap dito, no? Against the defense ni Ighalo and Kiefer Ravenna. You know, he has been the leader of this team. He's a rookie, but he's playing like a 10-year veteran.
Monfort's got 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Monfort, naghahanap ng mapasaan. Ravenna, fake, blow by, and the 3, that's good. What a start for NLEX. They are on fire to start this first quarter.
At nakita natin yung discipline ng NLEX. Hindi sila nagpanic. Also, they realize kung anong open situation sila. No? They're not forcing it inside because alam nila nandiyon, nakaabang si Rafi Rivas. So they want to take that mid-range shot, or if you're Kiefer Ravenna, he'll go deep. He'll go with the distance shot, and he made the 3-pointer.
Another stop by NLEX sa kabila. Ito naman sa panic ng Road Warriors. Selfish passing pero turnover ang inabot. Paulie nagmamadali. Rumaragasa si Lee.
Paul Lee being very active and aggressive dito. Nabagita natin yun, no? Dapat yung Magnolia sumaksak sa loob. They need to get those free throw attempts that weren't there para sa kanila in Game 1.
Pinag-uusapan natin ng napakagandang backcourt battle nitong serie na to. But even the front court is very compelling. No? Guys like Ian Sangalang and Jer Kenyan, alam natin na talagang maaasahan itong dalawang manlalaro para sa kanilang
Well, game number 1, na-outplay ni Sanggalang si JR Quinahan. Ito po ang nangyari in that series opener. 21 points si Ian Sanggalang, averaging only 13.5 points this conference. While si JR Quinahan only 4 points, averaging 14.3. So, deep in the performance si JR, umangat naman ang laro ni Ian Sanggalang. But, bottom line, nanalong NLEX.
You know, the thing about guys like JR Quinahan, kahit na nagsastruggle sila sa shooting, they still find ways to contribute. Nakita nyo nga 9 assists, or he had a good number of assists, even had rebounds para dito kay Quinahan. So nagagawa niya ng paraan para pa rin makatulong para sa kanyang kupunan. This free throws has been brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. Makibalita muna tayo kay Ms. Riza Diaz.
Chuck, paalala ni Coach Yengyao na maraming ang injury itong Magnolia. Gayon pa man, they could use it to their advantage if they play inspired basketball at mahirap daw yung talunan. Kaya kung kaya, wag nang pabuiluhin. Speaking of wag pabuiluhin, he's talking about Paulie too, putting emphasis on how they actually played very good defense against him. The last game, 8 points lang. That's very limited scoring from the little weapon. But knowing Paulie, Coach Yeng says, hahanap at hahanap niya ng paraan para makascore. Chuck.
We're seeing a very aggressive Paulie in this first quarter, Benito. He already has 7 points in this ball game after being held down.
That's a very good sign. But what we're missing here from Magnolia is ang kanilang trap pressure defense because wala si Justin Melton.
Pass there from Ravenna. Inabot na kay Quinahan. Nakasagot kagad ng Road Warriors. 18-16 ang ating tala na 2-point lead for NLEX.
And this is something that maybe Magnolia should try to do. Attack the defense ni Kiefer Ravenna, but, well, NLEX getting the jump on Magnolia and getting the turnover. A counter turnover here.
Paul Lee is on fire. The first player in double digits dito sa ating laro. He's got 10 in this ball game.
Iba rin ang pinapakitang level of performance ni Paul Lee rito because he felt he let the team down in game number 1. Imagine, averaging 17.1 points, held down to only 8. Ito si Asis.
Alright, dribblers, open your money ball app at baka manalo kayo ng 3,000 pesos dahil nandito na ang ating Phoenix Pulse money ball question. Saan ipinanganak si Kyle Pascual ng Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok? Is it number 1, Bacoor City in Cavite? Number 2, San Fernando City in Pampanga? Or number 3 in Anaheim, California? Dribblers, pindot na.
Pasi Taulama going back to the bench with 4 points. Ngayon naman ang pumaposte para sa NLEX is Michael Miranda, who not only can post but also has a good outside shot.
Shot at the buzzer will not fall para kay Igalo. Magnolia nagmamadali. No one stopping Ron De La Rosa as he glides all the way to the rim. Tatlong puntos na po ang kalamangan ng Hotshots.
And good recognition on the part of Gio Halalo. Nakita niya, libre-libre si Ron De La Rosa on that transition play. And if you're NLEX, you need to be wary of the speed ng Magnolia. Yung transition defense, medyo nagkukulang dito for NLEX.
Yan, sasagot sana ng 3 pero hindi umubra. Rebound kay Sanggalang. Lalon ngayon, nagbababa ng bola. 2 screens as Baroka is also in the game for Magnolia. Sanggalang rolling to the rim. Mapipituan siya ng foul against JR.
Unselfish play by Gio Halalon. Hinahanap niya kung sino yung makakakuha ng high percentage shot. And he went to his big guy.
Problema din yan. 3rd foul na yan ni Quinahan. And this fast break is brought to you by United Auctioneers Inc., the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified sa bidding, ikaw ang bida.
Nakita natin sa ating replay na si Ron De La Rosa. No need to dribble. A catch and then a score in transition. And you would expect NLEX to be the team that will play up and down. Pero ito, Coach Chito Victorero telling his troops, tumakbo din kayo. And if they can get easy baskets like Ron De La Rosa just did, why not?
Problema ngayon ni Coach Yengyao, kanyang manlalaro na si JR Quinahan already with 3 fouls in this ball game. First quarter pa lang tayo. They're gonna have to play a lot of this first half without Quinahan.
Well, the size disadvantage, that will be very huge dito, no, for NLEX. Nakita natin, no, only 1 attempt for NLEX. Hindi sila nakakakuha ng offensive rebound. Sawyer is in the game to play alongside Michael Miranda. So 2 bigs here for NLEX.
Series of substitutions din para sa NLEX as Raul Soyud. And the hero of Game 1, Alex Malyari, pumasok na rin sa ating laro.
New man on Kiefer Ravenna ngayon, no? Si Mark Baroka is the man who is shadowing Kiefer Ravena. So different looks, different defenders ang ginagamit dito ni Coach Chito Victorero against Ravena.
Nice drive inside by Raul Zoyud. As he gets his first 2 points ng ating laro, 22-20 ang ating tala.
Also, it has become a very reliable reliever para kay Coach Yeng Hiao. Had 10 points in game number 1.
Problema ngayon ng NLEX, dami nilang fouls na binibigay. As they are now already in the penalty as we take a look at this Pay Maya play brought to you by Pay Maya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute. Just download the Pay Maya app. It's the Hot Shots. Meron po silang 2-point lead dito sa ating first quarter kontra sa NLEX Road Warriors. Alright, dribblers, ang tamang sagot sa ating Phoenix Pulse Moneyball question ay number 3, Anaheim, California. Diyan po pinanganak si Kyle Pascual ng Magnolia Hot Shots.
And Chuck, dangerous strategy ang ginagamit dito ni Coach Chito Victorero because nakikipagsabayan ang Magnolia sa NLEX sa takbuhan. And this is not the usual style of Magnolia. They'd rather keep it low scoring, but right now they've given up 20 points already to NLEX, and there's still 2:49 to go.
This free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. Napakahalaga para sa Magnolia na nawala na nga si Pingris and mukhang si Justin Melton. But Mark Baroka looks to be able to shake off yung kanyang ankle injury. He's going to be playing in this game for the Hot Shots.
Well, si Justin Melton, malaking bagay din na hindi makakalaro ngayon. He's down with a hamstring injury. And he's the guy who provides the trapping defense. No? He's the guy who doubles the man who's bringing up the ball. So, since wala siya, no? Sabi ko nga kanina, parang nawala ng baby shark ang Magnolia. Especially since Papa Shark na si Mark Pingris not going to be able to play. You know, talking about Mark Pingris, it's also good to know that the man who operated on the first ACL injury on the left knee 20 years ago when he was 17 years old, si Doc George Canlas, who was the #1 orthopedic surgeon sa bansa natin and probably in all of Asia and one of the best, I think, in the world. He's going to also operate on him on Wednesday. The same man who operated on Ping 20 years ago, and you know, at that time, 20 years ago, hindi pa masyadong mataas yung level of technology
Right.
and rehab methods and techniques. But yet, Ping was able to recover very well from that first ACL injury. So no reason why Ping can't recover from this latest incident on his left knee.
Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to Mark Pingris. Hopefully, he can come back. Kasi dami niya talagang tagahanga dito sa PBA. I think going back to Magnolia, the disappointing thing about the Hot Shots is kung yung timing ng kanilang injuries, naalala natin yung Governor's Cup last season, si Paulie naman yung na-injure nung kanilang semis matchup against Meralco. So it seems they always get these injuries at the worst possible times.
Exactly. No? Here's a turnover, and Magnolia doing what it does best, creating the turnovers, but hindi naka-finish doon si Mark Baroque. And you know, talking about the injuries of Magnolia, well, last year playing as a Star Hot Shots. Yes, in the Governor's Cup, in the semifinals, nung natalo ang Star ng Meralco 3-0, si Paulie hindi na nakalaro sa game number 3. And in game number 2, it was scoreless. And that certainly haunted Star in that campaign to advance to the finals. And then in the Commissioner's Cup, hindi naglaro. Boom, second conference, si Ping. And natalo din ang Star in the semifinals. Star went to 3rd place in the Philippine Cup last season, then 4th place in the 2nd and 3rd conferences. While ang NLEX naman, 12th place in the 1st and 2nd conferences, then elevated to 5th place in the 3rd conference. Now, it's going to be a semifinals finish, the first ever para sa NLEX, and they're hoping to make it to the finals.
Great defense sa kabila para kay Rodney Brondial. Pinayungan niya si Zoyud. Take naman ni Aldrich Ramos. And Magnolia Hot Shots seem to have found a solution dito sa depensa ng NLEX. They're up by 5 with 35 remaining in the first.
What makes Aldrich Ramos such a dangerous two-way proposition is because he can hit you from the outside, then he can put the ball on the floor. Kung titikitan mo siya because you respect his outside shot, he'll put the ball on the floor and drive against you, exactly what he did the last time out.
Baroka trying to score on Zoyud. Aggressive drive there by Mark Baroka. 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Alas na may tanga. That was the foul to give. Actually, still a ton of team fouls here para sa Magnolia. Take a look first at this tunay na lakas move na ito. Ay atid sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink. Walang talo ang 13 pesos.
You know, this is the adjustment that Coach Chito Victorero has made. Wala si Ping, wala si Melton. Both of them are cogs sa kanilang defensive system. But now they're relying more on offense, generating a lot of activity and aggressiveness in transition. And they've already scored 27 points dito sa ating first quarter.
You got 8 seconds remaining in the first. Ganda na sundot ni Simon kay Bonacher. Simon behind the back, 2 seconds.
They've got to put it up. Naubusan na ng oras.
But great defense by Magnolia as they limit the red-hot NLEX Road Warriors to only 20 points. Sila naman may 27 points, 27-20 ang ating talaan. As Magnolia playing without Mark Pingers and Justin Melton, trying to even up their semifinal series. Simula na po ang ating second quarter. And ang tanong, papasok ng ating laro ay kung kaya pa si Mark Baroka lumaban sa ating laro. It looks like he's gonna give it a go. He has really showed that he can play through pain. Kaya lang wala kanyang kasama si Justin Melton, hindi makakalaro dito sa ating game.
Well, si Melton hardly played in game number 1 because now of his hamstring injury. And he finished 0 out of 6 from the floor. While si Baroka, only 9 points. Baroka was averaging in double figures in the conference.
Alright, we have a report right now. Let's send it over to Riza.
Tsaka kwentuhan ko si Mark Barako kanina at ang sabi nga niya on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, medyo mataas pa, nasa 7 pa yung pain ng kanyang sprained ankle. Gayun pa man, he knows that need na kailangan talagang maglaro siya. So he's playing. Ang sabi nga niya sa akin, before I was playing kahit may putok sa putok ng kilay niya. And of course, he lost a tooth. You remember that game? So nakapaglaro pa rin siya. At sabi niya, hindi to magiging malaking bagay. He will play through pain. Si Justin Melton talaga ang hindi makakalaro. He has a minor hamstring strain. He was injected in a PRP for faster healing and perhaps by Wednesday makalaro na si Justin Melton.
Thank you so much, Riza. And for a guy na nasa level 7 yung pain, Baroka is really moving well here in the second quarter.
Timing na timing yung report ni Risa because kakascore lang ni Mark Baroka. He got his own rebound off his missed shot. Now, si Coach Chito Victorero, we know that kulang na sila in terms of manpower, so he's digging deep into his bench. And he's brought in Bam Bam Gamalinda. Did not play the last 2 games for Magnolia. He's now on the floor.
You know, the Dean, it looks like Magnolia was really able to beat NLEX at their game in the first quarter. Ito namang second quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. May laban ka, a high-scoring game, pero it was still going in the favor of Magnolia. How did that happen?
Well, unfamiliar territory for Magnolia to play this fast-paced, high-scoring game. Pero I think si Coach Chito Victorero realizing that 2 of his top defensive players hindi makakalaro. He's going now with offense. Nakikipagsabayan sila sa NLEX, and so far so good. Now Aldrich Ramos is down.
I think that was an act of shooting pa para kay
Yes.
Aldrich Ramos. Masakit yan kasi that was a 3-point attempt para kay Aldrich.
Ramos is still down. Hindi naman landing spot yun, ano? Because if it were,
Wala naman.
if it were, they would have made that call right away. Let's see what kind of a foul this was. Yun, tinamaan siya sa hip. So that was not a landing spot foul, but that was still a hard foul.
Aldrich Ramos at the stripe. Nagtapos siya with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists sa kanilang game 1. That free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before.
Alam mo, umiiwas din si Miranda because realizing that if he had made that foul on the landing spot ni Ramos, that would have been, well, either a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. Dire consequence will mean flagrant 2. Not a dire consequence with contact will mean a flagrant 1 automatic. Yan ang ating rule in terms of contact on the landing spot.
Bumubulusok na rin ang Magnolia Hotshots dito sa ating first half. They already have a double-digit advantage, 32-20. A miss there by Mike Miranda. Simona may tangan. Aldrich Ramos.
PJ Simon has been such a big contributor dito for Magnolia because in game number 1, off the bench, 20 points para sa kanya. And looks like NLEX ball.
Na ganda ng depensa ni Kevin Alas.
Kevin Alas deflecting that ball and then off the hands of Magnolia.
Kahanap ng opensa ngayon dito ang Road Warriors. Down by 12 in this first half of action. Alas. And a screen. Ramos tumataw sa kanya. Atake ni Alas. Larry for three. Airball ang inabot. Great defense once again by the Hotshots. Baroka ngayon. Kontra kay Alex Malyari. Kakampi niya dati si Pure Foods. Baroka. Alahoy na tira. Wala. Both teams exchanging misses. Bola babalik sa NLEX with 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Mark Baroka being very offense-minded. Hindi siya namamasa rito. He's going strong to the hole. He's being very aggressive. Looking to go to the free throw run but didn't get the call that time. Kasi Kevin Alas. The penetration.
You love this game of Kevin Alas. No? He has such a, parang kumaga, uncanny way of finding space to get to the basket. Kahit na parang wala na siyang place.
Well, Alas only had 5 points in game number 1. Certainly has a lot to make up. But you know, he plays terrific defense. And Alas gives you more than just points with his presence.
This drive is brought to you by United Auctioneers Inc., the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified, sa bidding, ikaw ang bida. The former Adamson Falcon, Rodney Brondial at the stripe. This is a guy, the Dean, I would imagine, baka kailangan din mas gamitin ni Coach Chito Victorero without Mark Pingers in the game.
I think so, no? I think si Coach Chito Victorero can rotate Aljex Ramos, Ian Sangalang, Rodney Brondial around the painted area just to make sure they have the size advantage over NLEX. In fact, yan ang isang dahilan kung bakit very confident si Mark Baroka to penetrate and go for the basket because feeling niya meron sasalo for the offensive rebound. By the way, di pa natin nabanggit, Rafi Rivas, also a big man for Magnolia who started in this game.
Look at all the defenders surrounding Alas. Raul Soyot for three. Shots have not been falling for Raul and for NLEX in this first half, and Larry Ponasher committing that loose ball foul.
Field goal percentage has been way down para sa NLEX. We also know that Magnolia is number 1 in the league in terms of field goal percentage allowed. Opponents are hitting only 39.04% from the floor when they're up against Magnolia. That's number 1 in the league.
To get it to Bam Bam Gamalinda kontra Alas. Bam Bam pinagpag ang depensa ni Kevin. Shot will not fall. Miranda with the board.
Perfect opportunity for Bam Bam to score a basket. Hindi lang pumasok yan. You know, you have to admire Kevin Alas for his defense. And that time, finding a wide open Alex Malyari.
Alex Malyari with a huge shot. 2 defenders draped all over Kevin Alas, pero nagawa niya ng paraan, ipasa dito kay Alex Malyari for that long
And
ball.
for Magnolia, they should have learned the lesson kung ano nangyari sa game number 1.
Right.
Kiefer Ravena finding a wide open Alex Malyari. That time, it wasn't Ravena, it was Kevin Alas who found a wide open Alex Malyari for the 3.
Mukhang nahihirapan na rin yung mga guardia ng NLEX because it seems like there's always a double team when they penetrate inside the D.
That's right. But somehow they're still able to locate conceding open shooters. And if you're NLEX, dapat makarecover ng kaagad. Especially if guys like Larry Forasher or Alex Malyari are left open to hit the outside shot now. The hero of game number 1, or at least one of the heroes, si Cyrus Baguio, now in the game.
Almost a turnover there, but Alas able to recover. 10 seconds on the shot clock of NLEX. Alas, Soyot for 3. Still nothing there in that shot from Soyot. Rebounded by Gamalinda.
And if you're Magnolia, okay lang kung si Soyod ang tumitira sa three-pointer. Hindi lang. Basta hindi si Larry Forasher
Right.
o kaya si Kevin Alas.
Aldrich Ramos. Over to Sangalang. Reversely Sangalang. Wala. Miranda with the board. Here comes the Road Warriors looking to start something there. Down by 9 here in this first half. For the share. Tough pass to Alas. Oh. And an offensive foul that is going to go once again on NLEX. Raul Soyot has struggled here in the second quarter.
Illegal pick that time. That's turnover number 8 against NLEX. Ang Magnolia nakaka-7 turnovers. But keeping in step ang Magnolia in terms of turnovers, so long as hindi sila lumalayo, because in game number 1, Magnolia had 22 turnovers against only 13 for NLEX. Yan ang isang dahilan kung bakit natalo nga ang Magnolia. You know, they lost by only one. Here's Baroka with an offensive foul. Tinamaan niya si Alas.
And Alas is going to do that. He's gonna play very physical defense on you. Talagang tatauhin ka. And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes elbows will get thrown at him. Pero yun yung gusto niya. Gusto niya na ganyang pisikalan.
And he'll bait you. Smart play there by Kevin Alas to get that offensive foul from Baroka.
Miranda, piso-piso jumper. Hindi yung mabra. Battle for that loose ball. Soyud batting it away. Pero mukhang bola babalik sa shots.
Now, I don't see the level of intensity na pinakita ng NLEX in game number 1 in this game. So far, kanina nakita natin yung tira ni Miranda, yung parang piso-piso na tira niya. Not too much effort behind that shot. And you want the effort. Like that.
Look at Paul Lee just running straight into Soyud. And si Soyud pa ang tumiba. As Paul Lee getting 12 points already dito sa ating first half.
Well, matagal-tagal nang hindi natin nakikita si Kiefer Ravena. I think NLEX needs a stabilizer, but here's Larry for the shear. That's a big shot. Pamatay sunog yun.
Down to an 8-point lead for the Hotshots. Alusini and Rafi Rivas getting ready to check back in. Sanggala, susubukan niya ang depensa ni Soyud. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Magnolia. Paul Lee. Paul Lee is so great in just absorbing contact. Defenders bouncing all over him. Silipin naman natin itong Paymaya play brought to you by Paymaya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute. Just download the Paymaya app.
Pakita natin yung replay. Si Paul Lee creating the space para sa kanya to be able to score from up close. NLEX is trying to trap him off the ball screen. That time, a nice steal. Here's Cyrus Baguio all the way home.
Smooth na Cyrus Baguio. Lead is cut down to 6 para sa Hotshots.
And si Baguio nga rin tumatao kay Paul Lee. Fresh defender off the bench ng NLEX.
Magnolia going back to their starters dito sa ating second quarter. Lee. Huli siya ni Aluseni. Bonacier naghahanap ng opensa para sa kanyang koponan. Inside dish kay Miranda pero hindi niya nahawakan na maayos. Bonacier. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Anong gagawin ni Miranda? Gets it over to Cyrus. Cyrus with 5. Switch against Sanggalang. Pull up from Cyrus. No go, rebounded by Magnolia. Here comes Giovanni Halalon. Beautiful move there by Gio. The Cyclone delivers on the roll.
And Halalon, coast-to-coast drive, getting the shot and bringing Magnolia back up to 8. Ang kanilang kalamangan. Rafi Rivas in the game.
Alas. Nice dive inside by Al Husseini. Hindi lang pumasok ang kanyang roll. So Al Husseini will be tested at the free throw line. With 5 minutes remaining dito pa sa ating second quarter, timeout po muna tayo. Namang pa rin ang Hotshots ng 8, 38-30.
Makikita natin yung play. Napapalabas natin. Here's the drive by Kevin Alas. Off the double team defense. At si Alas, hahanapin niya kung sino libre. Stop right there. You've got 2 players on Kevin Alas. A third one also looking. But what about Alex Malyari? He's wide open for the 3-point shot. And credit Kevin Alas, na-allocate niya kung sino yung libre. Ipapasa niya kay Alex Malyari, and reminiscent of what happened in the last few seconds of game number 1. Titira si Malyari, and that's exactly what happens right here.
So the Dean, yung nakita mo bang issue dyan was the overcommitment of yung mga defenders on masyado silang gigil to try to stop Alas's penetration.
Well, I think so. They were trying to get the turnover off Kevin Alas. So they had 2, maybe even 3 defenders on him. Pero dapat naman, yung mga dumedepensa sa perimeter ng Magnolia, malaman nila, ma-recognize nila kung sino yung mga libreng 3-point shooters na na-open because of their overcommitment sa kanilang depensa.
Ravena is back in the game for NLEX. Turnaround shot from Aluseni will not fall. Kita natin kanina, grabe yung itinira na yun ni Gio Halalon. He got it over Aluseni for 2. Paul Lee for 3. NLEX able to stop Magnolia on that possession. Ito na ang Road Warriors. Down by 8 in this game. Alozeni, free throw line jumper. Hindi pa rin umabra, rebounded by Rivas.
Now those mid-range shots ng NLEX are not falling because JR Quinyan is not on the floor. He's got 3 personal fouls. Yan ang kailangan ng NLEX. Someone like a JR Quinyan who can hit consistently from mid-range.
Shot off. Lalo hindi umabra. Ravena, nagmamadali kay Malyari. Ang sikip ng pasa kay Ponasher for 3. Still no goal. Rivas able to track down that rebound.
Good shot by Larry Ponasher. That was in rhythm. Hindi lang pumasok yung tira. Now NLEX has 5 players who have scored here in second quarter. Same number of players for Magnolia. So balanced offense for both sides.
You know, it seems like Magnolia has been in control the Dean in terms of the pace, in terms of what the shots they're trying to give NLEX here in this first half.
That's right. The biggest lead was 12. Pero hindi sila masyadong nakakalayo.
Yes.
That lead of 12 was down to just 12 a few minutes ago. Bago binalik ni Coach Yanggiao si Kiefer Ravena.
Alright, dribblers, open your Moneyball app at baka manalo kayo ng 3,000 pesos. Dahil nandito na ang ating Phoenix Pulse Moneyball question. Anong team ang nag-draft kay Raul Soyod ng NLEX noong 2014? Is it number 1 NLEX or number 2 Blackwater or number 3 Kia? Dribblers, pindot na.
Well, si Soyod is 27 years old. He was drafted in 2014. And in the 3rd round, and believe it or not, there are 3 third-round draft picks in the roster ng NLEX.
The lethal weapon. Shackled sa ating game 1 tulad nga ng sinabi natin the Dean, no? But inamin talaga ni Coach Yeng Yao that they were really trying to stop him, but he has looked like a different player dito sa ating game 2.
That's right, si Yanggiao at saka si Paul Lee. Iba na may pinagsamahan. They were together, rain or shine, for many, many years. And now they're in opposite camps. So kabisado ni Coach Yanggiao yung mga galaw ni Paul Lee, his strengths and weaknesses.
Dito mo talaga makikita yung advantage ng isang manlalaro tulad ni Paul Lee. Yung creativity, kung alam niya kung paano siya dinidepensahan, kaya rin niya mag-adjust between quarters and even between games.
Well, nakita din natin yung dominance ng size of Magnolia in that particular sequence. You've got Ian Sagalang and Rafi Ribis playing together. So how in the world can NLEX get those rebounds? Ayun, nakita natin, isa lang ang attempt ng NLEX. Nakakuha ng defensive rebound kagad ang Magnolia.
Naka-twin towers na nga ang Magnolia pero hindi pumasok ang tira ni Halalon. Baguio, push pass, Ponasher for 3. Oh, much needed triple by NLEX as Larry knocks it down from downtown.
And that's the shot that NLEX needs. That outside bomb. Realizing that may dalawang malalaki ang Magnolia to take care of the boards and to take care of protecting the rim. So they've got to make sure that outside shot is there for the Road Warriors.
Supalpal, si Lee kay Ponasher. Baguio, on the run, stopped by the defense of Magnolia. Ponasher, tinatao siya ngayon ni Paul Lee. Minute and 35 seconds remaining here in this second half of the second quarter rather of basketball. Ravena one-on-one against his Gilas teammate Halalon. Cyrus taking 3, takes a step inside, and beautiful ball movement by NLEX to do.
An impeccable offense there by NLEX. The lead is down to 7.
But I like what you said, no? It's always been one shot. And if NLEX hindi sila makakapitalize sa mga jumpers nila, that's Magnolia off to the races once again.
Exactly. And here's another attempt by Ian Sagalang. So the bigs are making a living dito for Magnolia, and for NLEX, they've got to find a solution to stop those bigs from scoring. In game number 1, na-dominate na Magnolia yung points in the paint. And they're looking to do that again in this game.
Ravena the pump fake. The last second dish and what a beautiful find. Ravena over to Rama for 2.
I want to give you an update on the field goal percentage. Ang NLEX hitting only 37%. Magnolia hitting close to 50%. So yung sinabi natin kanina, number 1 sa liga natin ang Magnolia in terms of field goal percentage allowed at less than 40%. That's happening right now. And that's also a big reason kung bakit ahead pa ang Magnolia at this stage.
Right, let's take a look at the smart move brought to you.
Yan
Ang
si
tunay
Kiefer.
na lakas move na ito ay atid sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink. Walang talo ang 13 pesos mo. May timeout po tayo. A 30-second timeout para dito sa Magnolia Hot Shots. They have 14 seconds to operate. May 9-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Tadine, as we head into the half, what kind of adjustment, because this is going to be on NLEX, they're down right now by 7 points. Anong klaseng adjustment ang nakikita mo na kailangan ng kuponan ni Coach Yeng Giao?
Well, I'm seeing Magnolia going to the bigs, taking advantage of their size to score. And they're also putting a lot of pressure on NLEX in terms of running the floor. And for the Road Warriors, they just need to stay the course. Kung gustong makipagsabayan ng Magnolia, that actually is playing to the game plan of the Road Warriors.
This Paymaya Play is brought to you by Paymaya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute. Just download that Paymaya app.
Kanina nakita natin sa ating slow-mo replay, yung drive ni Kiefer Ravena and then the power dish to wide open Raba Aluseni. And that's what Kiefer Ravena brings to the table para sa NLEX. Not just of scoring, not just his leadership and his vision, but yung passing niya, no? He's able to find open guys to score easy shots.
Sanggalang once again. Ian Sanggalang, what a game for Ian. He's already got 15 points to lead all scorers.
And again, more big man points for Magnolia. NLEX, they need an antidote to stop Ian Sanggalang, to stop the other big guys from scoring like Aldex Ramos.
Right, dribblers. Ang tamang sagot sa ating Phoenix Pulse Moneyball question ay number 2, Blackwater, ang kuponan na nag-draft kay Raul Soyut noong 2014.
That's right, tambagit natin kanina, no? Soyd is one of 3 third-round draft picks in the NLEX roster. The other are Jansen Rios at saka si Kenneth Ighalo. And all in all, NLEX has 7 players who were drafted either in the 2nd or the 3rd round. So, not too many high draft picks for NLEX. But si Coach Yeng Giao, knowing how to generate that chemistry as the first half comes to a close.
They're gonna need a lot more chemistry because right now, lamang ang Magnolia Hot Shots ng 7 na puntos as it has been big-time plays mula kay Ian Sanggalang as that smart move is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. Coach Yeng Giao and his squads going back to the locker room down 9. Ang pupunan naman ni Coach Chito Victolero looking to try to get back into this series, losing their heart and soul in Mark Pingles, pero susubukan nilang gawa ng paraan against the NLEX Road Warriors na gutom makapasok sa finals for the first time in franchise history. At the half, it is 9-point lead para sa Magnolia Hot Shots, 48 kontra sa NLEX Road Warriors, only with 39 points. NLEX has been outscored by Magnolia, 7 in the first quarter and 2 also by in the second quarter. So take a look at the numbers to be broken down by the Deaconess.
The NLEX held down to 41% field goal shooting. Yung sa free throws, aba nakaka 9 out of 11 na ang Magnolia. Remember back in game number 1, they only had a total of 6 free throw attempts. That's a big upgrade now in terms of their aggressiveness to go to the line. Yung points of turnovers, nakakarami din ang Magnolia. They're +9 in that department. And in 3-point field goals, NLEX with the edge, 5-3 in terms of connections. Na yung mga missing element dito so far sa Magnolia, aba si PJ Simon with 20 points in game number 1, hindi pa nakaka-score dito. Si Ian Sanggalang, 15, Paul Lee with 12. Wala pa double-figure scores ang NLEX. Si J.R. Quinyan scored those 9 points in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, hindi po siya naglaro because saddled with foul problems. He's got 3 personal fouls already.
This third quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. May laban ka. As we see also J.R. Quinyan. Siya magsisimula ng pangatlong yugto para sa NLEX Road Warriors. Kasama niya si Kevin Alas, Kwame Chongson, Mike Miranda, Cyrus Baguio. Quinyan trying to make up for lost time. Tulad nga na sinabi mo, Dadino, he had 3 fouls in the first quarter alone and had to watch as Magnolia made the run in the second quarter. Pero ang ganda ng panimula as Kwame Chongson knocking it down from the 3.
And Johnson hindi naglaro yan in the entire first half. But trust Coach Yeng Giao. Nakabunod siya ng bagong player dito. And quickly, a 3-pointer galing kay Wari Johnson. And yung aggressiveness na sinasabi natin, coming from Paul Lee, he will go back to the line.
Right, update po muna natin yung Dean's List. Simulan natin sa Magnolia Hotshots.
Well, for Magnolia, unang-una, yung sinong pagtapat nila kay Kiefer, that is a big check mark. Kanina si Ron De La Rosa, and then it was Gio Halano, Mark Baroka, and Ravena's been held to only 5 points all in the first quarter. Saksak sa loob, that's generated a lot of free throw opportunities para sa kanila, and bulabugin nila ang backcourt. NLEX had 10 turnovers in the first half, and Magnolia scoring 15 points off those turnovers. While NLEX naman, but dalawang X-mark nila. Trap Lee sa ball screen, that has not been happening because Lee got away with 12 points in the first half. Bilisan nila ang laro. Hindi rin nangyayari yun. NLEX, in fact, scoring only 5 transition points against 8 for Magnolia. But their big check mark has been their attack sa mid-range, especially with J.R. Quinyan on the floor.
Maragasa si Cyrus Baguio pero hindi pumasok ang kanyang layup. Rebounded by the Hotshots. Gio Lalon. Agad binato kay Paul Lee, and Kevin Alas has given up a ton of fouls on Paul Lee. Right, for more about what happened in the first half, makibalita muna tayo kay Riza.
Check from Coach Yang Yao of the NLEX Road Warriors. They gotta do a better job on the defensive end, especially on two guys na talaga namang nagpahirap sa kanila ng first half. That's Paul Lee and Ian Sanggalang. Ang challenging ni Coach Yang, you have to play very good defense without fouling because they committed a lot of fouls too in the first half, and a lot of those, sabi ni Coach Yang, were not smart fouls. He was also talking to J.R. Quinyan, telling him that he's a veteran, he's there on the floor, he's needed to be there, so he has to play better defense again without fouling. Chuck.
Better defense there by NLEX, leading to that airball mula kay Giovanni Alalon. So bola pabalik sa Road Warriors.
It's just a different look here to start the third period para sa NLEX. Wala rito si Kiefer Ravena, wala din si Asi Taulava. And those two players actually started for NLEX back in the first period.
Did you see a lack of energy para sa NLEX in the first half?
I thought so. I thought medyo pagod ang laro nila, no, in the first half. But you know, that's probably because Coach Yang Yao has been shuffling his players, probably telling them preserve yourself for the stretch run because this is going to be a dogfight. Lamang dito ang Magnolia by 8 points, but hindi sila nakakalayo eh. That's an outside shot coming from Ravi Rivas, his first field goal.
Big shot there by Rivas. Balik na naman sa G's ang kalamangan ng Magnolia. 10 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Cyrus Baguio ang may tangan. Cyrus naghahanap ng screen mula kay Quinyan but decides to go one-on-one on Sanggalang. Miranda, 6 seconds on the shot clock for NLEX. Cyrus has to create. Good two. Wami for 3. Oh, yes. Huge shot there from Wami Chongchon from downtown.
And what a pass galing kay Cyrus Baguio, creating the opportunity.
Right.
Yung dribble drive offense ng NLEX, finding a wide open Wami Johnson in the corner. Now, kanina nakascore na ng 3-point shot si Johnson. So the guy has the stroke and he's just waiting for the pass. Nandun siya sa may batang kanto.
Cyrus momentarily left wide open. Biglang ikot ng bola. Cyrus thinking 3. Can't get 2 straight 3-pointers ang NLEX. Rebounded by Plee. Ito si Alalon with 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lead is down to 7. What a find inside by Rome, but better defense by Baguio.
Alalon, by the way, only 4 points in this game. But that's already an improvement from his scoreless performance in game number 1.
Floater ni Jongjon, di pumasok. So another stop there by Magnolia. Again, Hotshots playing without Justin Meldon and without Mark Pingres. Confirmed suffering an ACL injury. Mawawala na siya para sa buong season. Pero Giovanni Alalon stepping up with that floater in the paint.
While talking about Giovanni, average niya 8 points a game in this conference. Nakaka-6 na siya rito. And also, we talked about Magnolia's ability to play defense, although we saw spurts in the first half na nakipagsabayan sila sa offensa. But overall, their defense holding NLEX to only 39 points in the first half. That's par for the course. We did say, pag nananalo ang Magnolia, they've been able to hold their opponents to an average of only 81 a game.
Bawi-bawi sa 3 as Paul Lee knocking down the 3 after that shot from Mike Miranda. And 3-point shooting has kept NLEX alive in this game.
At nakuha na ni Paul Lee ang kanyang conference average. He's got 70 now in the game.
miss there from Kevin. Bigay na lang ng foul si Wami Chongson dahil umaragasan na si Gio Lalon. This non-stop cheer is brought to you by Gulf Oil, Power Track Motorcycle Oils. Make your bike run like a super bike with highest power retention all the time. So after all of the action of NLEX scoring, it's still a 9-point lead for the Hotshots. Rivas, a pull-up from the free throw line. Rafi Rivas. So sa first half, it was a lot of Ian Sangalang, but it seems like lahat ng front court players ng Magnolia gumagawa dito para sa
Ang ganda rin napasahan ng Magnolia, and Gio Halalon getting a lot of minutes here because wala nga si Justin Melton. And he's also keeping Mark Barroco on the bench. Malaking bagay ito sa rotation ni Coach Chito Vitolero that he's able to get major contributions now from Halalon as well as Barroca, and Rom De La Rosa is there for defensive purposes, although wala si Kiefer Ravena on the court at this moment.
Nabanggit nga ni Riza sa kanyang report na sabi ni Coach Yang Giao, hindi sila pwede magbigay ng useless fouls. Well, NLEX already with 14 fouls dito pa sa ating third quarter. We still have 7 minutes to play. Broken up by Halalon.
Halalon all over the floor. Ito na si Paul Lee. What a shot! Yung pasag galing na naman kay Gio Halalon. And Paul Lee, he is on fire!
20 points for the lethal weapon. What a breakout game dito sa ating semis para kay Lee. Sabi niya kay Coach Yang Giao, yung mga depende mo sa akin, kailangan mo nang baguhin. And a lot of the shots that Lee has been taking, you know, they've been in rhythm. Hindi niya talagang pinipilit.
That's right. And also, na-realize din natin no, na ang NLEX, preparado sila to play defense on the pick and roll that Magnolia likes to execute for Paul Lee. And Paul Lee is not using pick and roll now. He's just getting the shots in rhythm, and he's getting the passes from Gio Halalon.
The second-year man of the Hotshots, Gio Lalon, with a nice drive in the paint. Alas, thinking three. Kevin Alas has been ice cold so far in this game. Meron lang siyang 2 puntos. As we take a look at this Paymaya play, brought to you by Paymaya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute, just download the Paymaya app.
Well, Kevin Alas is hitting 30.9% from three-point distance. So trying to connect there from beyond the arc. And again, a foul there by Kevin Alas. Taking too many chances.
Yun na yung pangatlong foul ni Kevin Alas. As we take a look, first at this drive brought to you by United Auctioneers Inc., the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified, sa bidding ikaw ang bida. May timeout po tayo on the floor as we take a look at this beautiful drive from Gio Halalon. His team up by 16, 64 to 48. The lethal weapon has stepped up big time in Game 2 ng kanilang serye. Finishing already with at least in the first 3 quarters, meron na po siyang 20 points on a solid shooting night. And what has changed in the attack of Paul Lee, Kinit?
I think they're not just relying on the pick and roll for Paul Lee, no? They're relying a lot on his quickness, his ability to break down the defense one-on-one.
Sangalang looking for the kick-out pass. Naubusan ng oras, I thought, but it looks like Gio is able to get that shot off in time.
It looks like no basket. No basket. Naubusan na ng oras sa Magnolia. So that shot came too late. And you mark that as a turnover against Magnolia.
Good shot yan para kay Gio. Let's take a look at this one last time. No? Ito yung, kasi nag-dribble pa siya na dito.
Oh. Well, looking to find space to get off the shot. Kanina nabanggit mo, si Paul Lee, nakaka-20 points na. This is the 5th game this conference where Paul Lee has connected at least 20 points. His conference high, 30 points.
Malyari sticking that 3-point jumper. Lead is down to 13 para sa oponan ni Coach Chito Victolero. Halalon, what a find inside the Rivas. Rom De La Rosa, 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock para sa Magnolia. Halalon atake. Rivas the long two. Rivas can't get the shot to drop. Rebounded by Alas. Alas proving over to Malyari. 14 seconds. 4:40 remaining in the third. NLEX has 6. Saan pupunta ang kanilang opensa? It goes all along to Ganyan. Can't get the shot to drop. Rebounded by Sangala.
Gio Lalon setting the pace dito. And what a pass, hindi lang nasa loob ni Rafi Rivas. Eh sabi ni Lalon, play transition D. And NLEX, no numbers that time in the transition attack.
Ganyan
Pwede yung
walking into
tira.
a three-pointer. A lot of these three-pointers, no, talagang sa gilid tumatama.
And
May
nobody
air
home
ball.
for a possible offensive rebound. So not a good shot taken by J.R. Quinahan.
Rom De La Rosa blanketed by 2 defenders. Sabi ni Baroka, teka, ba't tayo nagmamadali? Set muna tayo. Baroka probing. Rivas. He can make that shot pero hindi na pumasok dyan. Rebounded by Alas.
Siya ay nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na tumira. But Rafi Rivas is not able to connect on his last 2 attempts.
We haven't seen Sanggalang yet take a shot this entire third quarter. By Mike Miranda. Sa wakas, pinutas ang rim. And he gets that long 2 to fall.
That's a long 2. That's the first 2-point field goal connected here by NLEX. And ano sinasabi ng NLEX? Could be a... Oh, they call it a 3-point field goal. So all the field goals connected by NLEX sa quarter na to. And that's 5 field goals. All have come from 3-point distance.
This was the last shot of Miranda. That was way behind the arc. Kaya naman, baba ng 10 puntos ang kalamangan ng Magnolia hot shots dito po sa ating third quarter. Alright, dribblers. Ito na ang ating Phoenix Pulse Moneyball most valuable dribbler of the game. Panalo ka ng 3,000 pesos. Congratulations kay Aldrin Visto, ang ating Phoenix Pulse Moneyball most valuable dribbler of the game. And napakahalaga din para sa NLEX Kimito that their 3-point shots have been falling in this third quarter. That's basically what's been keeping them in the game. Mga pira ni Mike Miranda and ni Wami Chongson as we see Kiefer Avena returning to the game here in the third quarter.
So good adjustment here in the rotation ni Coach Cheng Dia. Wide open shot para kay Michael Miranda. Paul Lee sitting down. Rafi Rivas sitting down. Ian Sagalang sitting down. Pagkakataon ngayon ng NLEX to try to creep into this lead ng Magnolia because Ravenna is back.
If you take a look at this lineup, lahat ng manlalaro ng NLEX kahit tumira sa labas. On a mismatch, it is Ramos against Jongson. Alalon trying to create, read perfectly. Here comes Ravenna.
Nice job in congesting the lane with that zone defense. And then an easy 2 points. This is the rally that NLEX has been hoping for. And the lead is down to 6 na lamang.
Ikaw nagsabi sa akin, Dean, no lead is safe, especially when you've got the firepower of a team like NLEX.
Exactly, and if nakikipagsabayan lang ng Magnolia, that's a dangerous proposition. But Aldrich Ramos. That stops a 10-0 run by NLEX.
Balik na naman sa 8 ang kalamangan ng Magnolia shots. Jongson over to Ravenna. Approaching the final 2 minutes of this third quarter.
That's a long shot.
Ligada ng 3 pero hindi umubra.
That's too deep a shot here from Michael Miranda. But Kiefer Ravenna, dapat magparamdam siya rito. No, Ravenna only 5 points in the game so far.
This smart assist is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before as Ravenna with a nifty dish over to Mike Miranda. Parang may chemistry itong si Mike Miranda at si Kiefer Ravenna. No? Para sa lahat ng mga big-time passes ni Ravenna, madalas suki niya itong si Mike Miranda.
Actually, si Ravenna will find you if you're open, no matter what the name you have in the back of your jersey. And Alex Malyari, paborito din na pasahan yan ni Kiefer Ravenna. We were talking about how Kiefer needs to show some scoring. Eto na si Kiefer.
Ravenna getting all the way inside. Babaan na naman sa 6 ang kalamangan ng Magnolia. Kiefer Ravenna with his first 2 points of this second half.
And Kiefer's made an impact here. He's facilitating, he's getting the shot. He's Paul Lee.
Paul Lee shot will not trickle in.
Ravenna with the basketball. And watch him, stutter step move, he'll go to the line. He's putting NLEX on his back right now.
Basa ni Ravenna yung agresibong depensa nitong Mark Baroka. Kaya nagbigay na lang ng foul. As we take a look at this tunay na lakas move, hatid sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink. Walang talo ang 13 pesos mo.
All about rotation. Hinintay ni Coach Yengia, no, mapagod si Ian Sanggalang. Gio Halalon. And now that Halalon is sitting down, ganun din si Ian Sangalang. NLEX is making a run.
This free throw, Kiefer Ravenna, has been brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. As we see Raul Soyud entering the game, pinalitan niya muna itong si Michael Miranda. What a pickup this guy has been for Coach Ieng Giao. Spent time with the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Ngayon, kasama na niyang he was hitting big shots in the clutch, even in the quarterfinals and the semifinals.
That's right. He was a second-round draft pick in 2015. Michael Miranda now finding a home sa NLEX. And what about Albert Ramos? Eh talaga maaasahan mo yung three-point shot ni Ramos.
Aldrich Ramos coming off the bench, delivering to keep the hot shot still ahead. They've got a 7-point advantage. Bonashare attracting two defenders. Kinyahan, sumayaw. Nakapituan siya ng traveling.
But gunners on the floor here for NLEX. Larry Bonashare, Alex Malyari, both on the court here para sa mga Road Warriors.
This Paymaya play is brought to you by Paymaya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute, just download the Paymaya app. Look at all the defenders na pinayungan itong si Paul Lee. Again, Paul Lee finding a way to get the contact. He will go to the line.
Si JR Kinyahan natawagan ng personal foul. Pang-apat na yan. And Paul Lee has been so aggressive.
Yes. This free throw is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. As Paul Lee, unang miss niya from the free throw line. Ito namang high sa Tibay rebound is brought to you by Eagle Cement. High sa Tibay.
4 out of 5 now from the stripe. And Magnolia, ilan na kaya ang free throw attempts nila dito? Because back in game number 1, 6 lang ang inattempt nila from the free throw line. Right now, they have attempted 15 times. They're 12 out of 15 from the line. What a major adjustment sa kanilang aggressiveness. Up! Naubusan ng espasyo si Kiefer Ravenna. Good defense here by Magnolia. PJ Simon is back on the floor. Simon scoreless in this game so far. And he had 20 in game number 1.
Gagawin din yan ng Magnolia from time to time. Bigla na lang sila magta-trap in the backcourt to try to force some turnovers.
Now playing small is Magnolia right now. Nandiyan si PJ, nandiyan si Paul Lee, at ganoon din si Mark Baroka. At wala si Ian Sangalang. So this is a small lineup that Coach Vic Tolero has on the floor. And Bronyal giving up the possession on the turnover.
Naubusan ng espasyo itong si Rodney Bronyal.
That's 14 miscues now against Magnolia. And they had 22 in game number 1. That's a foul by Bronyal.
NLEX can hold for the final shot in the third quarter. After all of their shooting, the Dean, it's still an 8-point lead. No? So halos walang naitapyas ang NLEX sa kalamangan ng Magnolia.
That's right, and good foul to give there by Bronyal. Wala pa sila sa penalty. They still have a foul to give. Only 3 team fouls here. And there's another foul given up by Gamalinda. Instructions to Coach Chito Victolero, huwag niyong patirahin ang NLEX with 7.9 seconds to go in this quarter.
Tiari. Magnolia giving up the foul. Kung kailan pa-layup na itong si Alex Malyari. So Alex Malyari gets some easy points at the charity stripe.
And Malyari now will go to the line.
This free throw is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. Mintis, naging maganda pa yan para sa hot shots as Malyari. Already with 8 points in this ball game, pero mintis ang kanyang unang free throw.
Malyari had a big 3-point shot off the pass coming from Kiefer Ravenna in game number 1 that iced the contest para sa Road Warriors. He had 14 in the game. And right now, 2 missed free throws by Malyari and a chance for Magnolia to put up a shot.
Yal, saying na tinamaan siya on the way up, pero dito na po magtatapos ang ating third quarter. NLEX finally winning a quarter. They outscore Magnolia by 1 point, but it is still an 8-point lead. Tataplayin na ba natin ang serye or will NLEX go up 2-0? Alamin natin as we enter to the fourth quarter. Fight forward First strike na po ang NLEX Road Warriors. If you take a look at some of the numbers after the 3 quarters, Chuck Araneta with the Dean, Kinito Henson, and this has been Magnolia's game for the first 3 quarters of this game.
Well, yung size advantage ng Magnolia reflected in the points in the paint. Differential plus 10. Points of turnovers, bumalik na yung sigla ng depensa ng Magnolia to force turnovers against NLEX, and they have now scored 19 turnover points. And you remember that they are number 2 in turnover points in the league. That's 20 turnover points a game. But back in game number 1, Magnolia only had 4 turnover points. So, bumalik na yung sigla, yung defensive intensity ng Magnolia in terms of forcing turnovers and scoring off those turnovers.
This 4th quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. May laban ka.
Malaking bagay din na yung NLEX has been held to only 62 points so far. So yung tema ng laro ng Magnolia that they like to win with defense, that's happening right now.
We've seen a very focused Magnolia team, the Dean, for the first 3 quarters. No? Yung execution nila, whether it is getting it to Ian Sangalang in the paint or yung mga pick and roll for Polly, parang talagang lahat ng ginagawa nila with a purpose.
Exactly. It's part of the game plan ni Coach Chito Viclorero. Very well executed yung mga planning nila rito. Here's Baroka. He will be fouled.
That's huge.
By Soyud. So 3 free throws ibibigay para kay Mark Andy Baroka.
That's actually the 2nd foul on a 3-point shooter ng NLEX. As we take a look first at this free throw brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. And ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Yeng Yao, yung tema na ang daming mga binibigay na fouls nitong NLEX Road Warriors squad when dapat hindi kinakailangan.
And what a big change from game number 1. Kung saan yung Magnolia only had 6 free throw attempts. Ito, nakakarami na sila dito. They're close to 20 free throw attempts in this game now.
Sisimula ang NLEX ng 4th quarter with Malyari Ravena.
And back to the matchup of Ron De La Rosa against Kiefer Ravena.
You like the size and the physicality that Rome has been playing Kiefer Ravena with. No? I mean, makakapuntos naman si Kiefer, pero
Yes.
at least making it hard on him. Soyud has nowhere to go. Napako yung opensa ng Road Warriors dyan. Hindi sila nakaporma. Baroka being shadowed by Ravena. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Magnolia. They're up by 10 points. The scoring apostle, Simon, the pull-up shot, that's good. Wow.
That's his first field goal. And what a time. Because this lead is now up to 12.
Sinabi ni PJ Simon sa katapusan ng Game 1, ready siya kahit kailan, kondisyon pa naman siya. Subukan natin kung nasa kondisyon ang Magnolia na itabla ang ating serye.
Big rebound by Aldrich Ramos. So Coach Chito Victorero still keeping Ian Sangalang sitting on the bench. No need for him to check back in.
Simon working on Panasher. Simon almost thinking 3, steady stop. Launches. Bang, bang! How can you leave the scoring apostle wide open? Kailangan siya the scoring apostle as PJ Simon. 5 straight points para simulan itong 4th quarter. At angat na naman sa 15 ang Kalamangan as you take a look at this shot by Simon.
Well, stepped into the shot. PJ Simon finding himself wide open. Hindi na nag-close out ang NLEX. I feel a little bit of fatigue now in terms of how NLEX is playing defense. Napapabayaan nila. Wide open shot for PJ Simon. Did not score in the first 3 quarters.
Walong puntos ang Kalamangan ng Magnolia Hotshots in the at the end of the 3rd, pero biglang pumudok ang scoring apostle. For more about Simon, let's turn it over to Riza.
Chuck, knockdown ng 3-point shot si PJ Simon dito isa. Pero nung huling kalaro, meron siyang 4. Pasok na pasok siya dun sa listahan ng players who's made at least 500 3-point shots in their career. It's si PJ Simon as of the moment is on the 39th in that list. And there's actually 17 players active in that list. Chuck.
Thank you so much, Riza. And still going strong na itong si PJ Simon. Look at Magnolia moving that ball around. Simon.
Got it again! Oh, now 8 points. All
Wow.
scored here in the fourth period. And they're executing with precision.
Magnolia's threatening to break this game wide open, and it's a 16-point lead.
And you notice, hindi na nakakahawak ng bola dito si Kiefer. Alex Malyari,
Tough shot there from Malyari. Saw it with the board.
good offensive rebound. He'll go to the line.
That foul is going to go on Rodney Prondial.
Malyari, you know, with a defender like Ron De La Rosa on Kiefer Ravena, hindi na ginagamit ni Coach Yeng Giao si Ravena to bring up the ball. And he's moving him over to the 3 position and allowing Alex Malyari to play point guard.
This smart move is brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. That was the drive ng NLEX Road Warriors, but they still have a lot of ground to climb. It's a 14-point lead para sa hot shots. And you know, for NLEX, do you expect to see Ravena try to be a little bit more aggressive in looking for that ball and looking for shots here?
Well, in terms of his offense, I think yes. But now Ravena is challenged because he has to play defense against PJ Simon, who just missed. But he'll take another shot here. Look at Prondial fighting for possession.
Nagmamadali ang NLEX. Ravena stopping on a dime. That long pass kay Alex masyadong long. And that's a turnover once again on NLEX.
Yung transition defense ng Magnolia was right there and distracted Kiefer Ravena, giving out that possession. Ngayon naman si Ian Sangalang, binalik na ni Coach Chito Viclalero. So unti-unti, ibabalik dito ni Chito ang kanyang mga stalwarts. Maya-maya, mapapanood po natin si Paul Lee. I'm sure, muli.
Barocas got 13 seconds. Over to Aldrich. Simon, the hot hand in the fourth. Simon on the drive. Row for 3. Bang, bang!
And PJ Simon with the pass. Nahanap niya si Rom De La Rosa.
What a scoring onslaught dito ng Magnolia. Parang ginulat nila yung NLEX dito sa fourth quarter. You take a look first at this Pay Maya play. Brought to you by Pay Maya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute. Just download the Pay Maya app.
Well, all guns blazing here for Magnolia. But even as they are focused on scoring points, hindi nila pinapabayaan ng depensa. No? And NLEX is down to just 67 points so far in this game. NLEX got away with 6 3-point connections in the third period. Pero dito sa ating fourth period, wala pa silang 3-point shot. While ang Magnolia nakakatatlo na from beyond the arc.
Baba sa 15 ang kalamangan ng Magnolia. As susubukan na naman ni Coach Yeng Giao itong si Kevin Luyalas. Kevin only with 2 points so far in this game 2 of the semis. Barroca in a switch against Kinyahan. 6 seconds for Mark. Barroca stop and pop on a dime. Shot will not fall. Malyari over to Larry.
That's
Larry
wide open.
left wide open, and you know, those are shots na yung sa mainit na bulusok ng NLEX pumapasok para sa kanila.
Here's PJ Simon operating against that pick and roll defense, and that's a turnover, backing violation, because walang control ang NLEX of the possession. So naiwan yung possession under control ng Magnolia. You go back right
Silipin natin
here.
ulit. It looked like it got off, I believe that's Kinyahan, no? Pero ang referee saying na last touch pa rin kay Simon, so that's a backcourt violation. So breaks of the game para sa NLEX. Bonashare. Getting a switch. Liari for 3. Shot will not fall for Alex. And NLEX 3-point shooting has been ice cold here in this fourth quarter, Janine.
That's right. No, that 3-point shot has betrayed NLEX. And parang feeling ko rito, no, living and dying with a 3-point shot ang NLEX. They had a good run in the third period with 6 3-point connections. But dito sa payoff period, wala na pumapasok. Nabanggit natin, no, na si Paul Lee, ibabalik ni Coach Chito Victorero. Right now, he's back on the floor, picking up that foul from NLEX.
That is going to be only the second team foul ng NLEX. As they try to get back into this game, they're down by 15 points.
10 out of 29 shooting. NLEX from 3-point distance.
Sanggalang rolling to the rim. Di pumasok inside shot, but Baroka getting that offensive rebound.
Magnolia making plays. Sometimes they're not getting the finish, but they are making plays.
Shots in and out para kay Paul Lee. Saan hugot ng obensa ang NLEX? Dahil ito, napako sila dito sa fourth quarter. Only with 6 points thus far, we have almost the entire half of the quarter elapsed.
And Coach Yeng Giao, binalik niya si Kevin Alas in place of Kiefer Ravena. Alas has not made an impact in this game at all. Only 2 points after scoring just 5 points in game number 1.
Kinyan, the familiar position and familiar shot as well. Kinyan, I believe that is only his first 2 points since he scored 9 in the first quarter.
That's true. Hindi siya nag-score ng second and third periods. Alas hounding Mark Baroka.
Baroka over to Rivas. Binigyan na espasyo. Lee penetrating. Bumitin sa ere. Paul Lee has looked like a lethal weapon here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, no doubt. He's got 23 points now in the game. And Paul Lee, he's got that face. He's got that game face on.
This Paymaya play is brought to you by Paymaya, the official payment partner of the PBA. Get an account in a minute, just download the Paymaya app.
Paul Lee.
23 big points for the lethal weapon, and what a way to bounce back. Lahat ng kwento after game 1 as mukhang alam ni Coach Yeng Giao kung paano depensahan itong si Lee. Pero pinakita niya sa game 2, ang dami pa niyang bala sa kanyang balas.
15 points ang kalamangan dito ng Magnolia. Yan ang hinahabol ng NLEX. They need a lot of turnovers against Magnolia. They need also a torrent of 3-point shots. And then a turnover against NLEX. That's not good. 15 turnovers now against their own Warriors.
These are just unforced turnovers na binibigay ng NLEX. Sayang ang mga oportunidad.
Game number 1, NLEX 13 turnovers. Ngayon nakaka-15 na sila. Well, very clearly, tuminti ang depensa rito ng Magnolia.
Oh yeah.
Just 70 points scored here. Yeah, I think that's a major difference. So even though, kagaya na sinabi natin kanina, wala si Ping, wala si Melton, and Paul Lee continuing to puncture the hoop. 25 points now for Paul.
You know what I like about Paul Lee is kung paano siya ginagamit ni Coach Chito Victorero. Hindi siya yung babad for the entire game. No?
Yeah.
Choosing his spots, tapos napakaganda ng pinapakita niya.
Maganda yung rotation dito ni Coach Chito, no? Maganda din ang adjustment nila, realizing that wala nga si Melton, wala si Ping, but yet nagamit ni Coach Chito Victorero yung kanyang mga players in a good rotation, even if Herndon never even got to see action in this game.
Muli yung kwento, papasok na ating laro ng pagkawala ni Justin Melton and Mark Pingnes para sa Magnolia. And thus far, they have been able to respond in the absence of these two veterans as J.R. Kenyahan getting that mid-range jumper to fall.
Ako malaking bagay na si Kinyahan was saddled with early foul trouble and he was incapacitated in the first half. Actually, in the second quarter, hindi siya naglaro. And then he didn't score in the third period. That foul trouble has limited his playing time.
We have a timeout on the floor as Magnolia looking good. Dito pa sa ating fourth quarter, lamang sila ng 15, 87-72. This is the matchup na talagang inabangan ng napakaraming tao, Dadine. And so far here in Game 2, it has gone the way of Paul Lee.
Well, 25 points now for Paul. Si Kiefer Ravena held to only 9 points. But Ravena facilitating very well. Nakaka-7 assists siya rito against 3 for Paul Lee. But a lot of attempts here for Paul Lee. And he set his mind to being aggressive in this game. Nawala yung kanyang aggressiveness in game number 1. Nakadepensahan siya. I thought Ighalo did a good job of defending Paulie early in this game. But Paulie, pinagpagting ang depensa ni Ighalo, scored 10 points right away in the first period. And we didn't see Ighalo come back in the game again.
Magnolia Hotshots opening up with a 15-point lead and 46 seconds remaining. Meron po tayong turnover. Oh no, yeah, check that. It's gonna be a it's gonna be an offensive
Foul. I think it might be against Paul Lee.
You've got to think, Dean, if NLEX wants to make a run, it's got to start now. Because alam natin yung defense ng Magnolia hindi naman mawawala. They have to find a way to get buckets.
Well, that was a turnover that nakuha ng NLEX against Magnolia, so they should capitalize. Score in that turnover, they were able to get the stop. And Tira,
stepping into a long two, and again, contested shot, and all the blue shirts were there to get that rebound.
Diretso yung Tira. But Coach Yang Giao, no sign of Coach Yang Giao bringing back Kiefer Avena. Here's Sangalang fouled underneath.
Kanina na Kiefer Avena was doing a good job of moving the ball. But Lee was able to do that as well. As we take a look at this steal, brought to you by United Auctioneers Inc., the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified, sa bidding ikaw ang bid. And what a huge blow for NLEX Kinito. Foul out na po si JR Kinyahan sa ating
Well,
laro.
sinabi natin sa Dean's List, one of the key points ng NLEX was to attack from medium range because maraming malalaki ang Magnolia. They have rim protectors in Rafa Reeves, Ian Sangalang, and with JR Kinyahan incapacitated and into foul trouble. Difficult for NLEX to get that mid-range attack going.
This free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before.
13 points for Kinyahan, 5 assists, and 6 personal fouls.
Sangalang takes care of that second free throw. 4 and 10 remaining and a 16-point lead for Magnolia. Saan kukuha ng puntos ang Road Warriors dito sa ating laro? They've been shackled all throughout this ball game. Drive ni Alex Malyari, napilitan si Rafi Libes to give up that foul. That's gonna put the Hotshots in the penalty. Maybe something that NLEX can capitalize on.
3:59 left in this game. And let's see whether NLEX can generate some stops and then score off those stops. Pero they're looking at a 15-point disadvantage right now.
Kinito, how is Magnolia doing this even without guys like Mark Pingers and Justin Mel?
I think it's a total team effort. No? I also think that somehow, parang kulang niya sa intensity level ang NLEX. You see, Kevin Alasco scoring. They got the stop, they got the turnover points. So a little bit of a break here para sa NLEX. Lead down to 13. They need another stop. Ito, they're trying to trap Paul Lee. Yun, nakakuha sila ng stop. And there's a foul against Magnolia. Nasa penalty na Magnolia. So shooting situation for NLEX. That's another positive here for the Road Warriors. Natigil nila yung oras and they will be scoring or trying to score from the free throw line.
To the line goes Raul Soyod mula sa UP Fighting Maroons. Meron na po siyang naiambag na 4 points sa ating laro. And you know, you mentioned about the schedule of NLEX. Magnolia was able to get rest early. No? Then they disposed of their opponent in the quarterfinals. But NLEX has been playing almost every other day. Sa tingin mo ba factor ito? Dahil alam natin hindi rin sila sanay to make it to the playoffs.
Well, you're seeing that Coach Yang Giao, for instance, is resting Kiefer Avena at this stage. Probably thinking of game number 3. Mukhang hindi na niya ibabalik si Kiefer. And I guess the exhaustion factor had a lot to do with the low level of intensity ng NLEX in the first half. Penalty situation now against NLEX. So shooting situation.
There was no reason
Para
to
sa
give up that foul
Magnolia,
for
yeah.
Alex Malyaning sa backcourt. Halos hindi pa nga nakadribble itong si Mark Baroka, pero nagbigay na siya ng foul. As Baroka heads to the stripe, meron na siyang 7 points. Ating laro, gawin mo ng malo.
Too many free throws given up here by NLEX para sa Magnolia. At yung mga hot shots naman capitalizing. That's 2 out of 2 para kay Mark Baroka. 9 in the game para sa kanya.
Alas ang may tangan kontra kay Lee. Bigyan ito Malyari, top of the key. Ihirit pa bang NLEX or todo na to para sa Magnolia? 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Larry trying to dish it over to Miranda, but instead it's going to be another turnover. And to make it that matters worse, nagbigay pa ng foul si Raul Sopio.
And 2 free throws coming up here para sa Magnolia. 3:04 to go. The lead is 14, could be 16. Namamagana itong kalamangan.
I mean, if you're Mike Miranda, pwede kang magreklamo about, you're just trying to play defense. But at the end of the day, susundot ka sa kabilang rim pa eh. And again, yung paalala nga ni Coach Yao, hindi natin pwede ilagay ang Magnolia at sa ganitong mga sitwasyon na makapag-free throw sila.
Well, hindi na nakapag-execute ang opensa ng NLEX, and credit the defense ng Magnolia for making it happen. NLEX held to 76 points. Ang sinabi natin kanina, in the 9 wins of Magnolia, they've held their opponents to an average of 81 points. And they're on course to limit NLEX to 81 or less.
I like the development in the game din itong si Ron De La Rosa. Alam natin na defensive stopper, but if he can stay on the floor and score some points also, that's going to give him even longer minutes under Coach Chito Victorero.
I think a lot of players have stepped up. Soyud now drawing the contact.
Falling hard to the floor.
Let's hope he's okay. Looked like a bad spill.
Soyud already suffered an injury sa kalagitnaan nitong konferensya. Natapilok siya.
Oh, look at that. The left foot. That's an ankle sprain. Right there.
That looked bad, and Raul Soyud is gonna try to walk it off, and mukhang na maipapagpag na lang ni Soyud. They're gonna need him, lalo na yung front court ng Magnolia bumubulusok dito sa ating series.
Well, tsaka kanina pinapag-usapan natin yung free throw disparity. Ang Magnolia 19 out of 25 free throw attempts. Ang NLEX 10 out of 14. So plus 11 ang Magnolia in terms of free throw attempts in this game. What a big change from game number 1. In game number 1, NLEX was 24 of 32 from the line against 2 out of 6 for Magnolia. Laking diferensya.
Hindi na makakabalik si Raul Soyud, so into the game is Raba Luceini, who misses that first free throw. And unless may milagrong hugot itong si Coach Yao, and we know that he is very capable of doing that, kontrolado na ng Magnolia itong game 2.
And the way things are going, Magnolia is going to lock this down. Game 2 will be for the hot shots, and we are now guaranteed a game 5 in the series.
Lee putting the moves on NLEX. Big shot maker, Paul Lee.
He's got 27 points. Now he's nearing his conference high of 30 points. Can you believe it? What a comeback by Paul Lee, who scored only 8 points in game number 1 of this series.
Bonashare getting that offensive rebound of that miss by Malyari. Alas getting it over to Miranda. Rejected by Rivas. 6 seconds.
Yun ang rim protector ng Magnolia. And they score a basket here for Raba Lazaini.
Much needed basket by NLEX to at least give themselves a chance, as Raba Luceini getting that field goal to drop.
And Paul Lee is now going to sit down. What an effort on his part. Para ito, hindi na ibabalik ni Coach Chito Victorero si Paul Lee. What an effort and what a demolition job na ginawa dito ni Paul Lee. 27 points. He scored in every quarter. And he set the tone in the first period when he had 10 points right there.
Ang last 2 minutes ng laro na ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink. Walang talo ang 13 pesos mo. Baroka swings it over, finding Sangalang. And that has been the story of this game, Kinito. The inside presence of Sangalang, as well as the just the brilliant play of Paul Lee for this entire ball game.
Well, drawing the defense outside. And opening up a situation para maka-score sa loob. Si Ian Sangalang for Magnolia. That has been also a key sa kanilang offensive adjustment dito. No? Gumalaw ang bola. They didn't rely so much on the pick and roll for Paul Lee. But Paul Lee did more than enough to be able to generate the kind of shots he wanted. Now in double figures, si Mark Barroca had 9 points in game 1. Now 11.
Mark Barroca was just toying with the defense of NLEX there. Alas, tumomba, kumikaut para kay Araba Husseini. He approached the final minute of this game, and now all of a sudden it's a 5-game series, Kenito. Reset tayo.
That's right.
One apiece. The momentum has to be going also to Magnolia.
Coach Chito Vicolero is looking to replace 4 players now. And maybe they give up a foul. Maybe in the next situation when they are playing defense. Para makapasok yung 4 nila. Waiting in the wings is Ryan Mendoza, yung kanilang undrafted pickup. And Canela scoring on the drive. Baka hindi na makapasok yung 4 na naghihintay dito for Coach Chito Vicolero.
Magnolia gusto na nga magbigay ng foul pero
Hindi naman sila tumatawag ng timeout. Ito na yung foul. Makakapasok din sa wakas yung 4. There's Bam Kamalinda, Pascual, Grondial,
this has been the story of the
and
game.
Mendoza. Yeah.
Yung mga veterano and of course the potential star ng NLEX halos walang pinakita, especially when the team needed them down the stretch, Kinito.
That's right. Si Ravenna, for instance, no? He had 16 points in game number 1, now held to less than double figures, averaging 17.3 points in the 3 playoff games before this one. So nag-lockdown defensively ang Magnolia rito. NLEX, however, has now gone over the 81-point barrier with 84 points.
This has been an inspired effort by the Magnolia Hotshots. No, they entered this game wearing yung number 15 sa kanilang jersey para hindi nila makalimutan yung binibigay ni Mark Pingres sa kanila. And they have found a way, despite not having Pingres, despite not having Melton, that ablayin nating serye.
That's right. Well, this win dedicated to Mark Pingers, who will be undergoing an ACL operation. And he's in good hands. Dr. George Calas taking care of the surgery scheduled on Wednesday. And we're praying that Ping has a speedy recovery.
Para naman sa NLEX Road Warriors, it is back to the drawing board as they see their series lead biglang nawala sa isang iglap as the Magnolia Hotshots pambansang manok with an emphatic victory, 99-84. What a performance by Magnolia. Despite being undermanned, Kinito, ginawa nila ng paraan, nakakuha pa ng panalo. As we take a look at ang tunay na lakas move na ito, hatid sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink, walang talo ang 13 pesos mo.
Nakita natin dito yung resiliency ng Magnolia despite wala nga si Ping, wala din si Justin Melton, but still able to find ways to be able to play the tough defense that it's been known for, and tapos yung kanyang opensa in high gear to score 99 points against NLEX.
At ito na ang ating Magnolia pambansang manok. Best player of the game, none other than the lethal weapon Paul Lee, and he was absolutely lethal against the NLEX Road Warriors with a game-high performance.
Well, 15 points out of his 27 coming in the second half. And Paul Lee made sure that yung kanyang 8-point performance sa game number 1, nabura na yun sa isipan ng mga tao.
Send it over right now to Riza Diaz, who is with our best player of the game.
Ang ating Magnolia pambansang manok best player of the game galing nga sa Magnolia Hotshots is Paul Lee, the lethal weapon. 27 points, 3 steals, 4 out of 9 from the 3-point line. Ang sabi ni Coach Yang, after game number 1, when you were held to just 8 points in game number 1, ang sabi niya, kilala ko si Paul, hahanap at hahanap yan ng paraan para makascore. That's what you did here in game number 2.
Siyempre, yun talaga yung motivation ko yung game 1. Talagang nalimit ako ni Coach Yang. So, yun, siyempre, inisip ko kung ano yung sasabihin niya, kung naglalaro pa ako sa kanya, kung ano yung sasabihin niya sa akin, kung gano'n lang yung ipapakita ko. So yun, kaya naging ready lang ako ngayong game 2.
Tell me about the motivation of everybody in your team. Marami sa inyo injured, merong mga naglalaro kahit may nararamdaman, but still you rise above the occasion.
Yun lang yung maganda sa team namin. No? Ready lahat yung ibang players na mag-step up. Especially yun nga, kulang kami. Wala si Kuya Ping, si Justin na-injured din. So, yun lang. Maganda yung response ng team.
Yung mga babatiin?
Unang-una, binabati ko si Kuya Ping. Alam ko na nanonood siya ngayon sa bahay nila. Para sa kanya tong game na to, of course para kay Justin, tsaka para sa lahat ng Magnolia Hotshots fans, para sa inyo to. Binabati ko yung wife ko, si Ruby, yung parents ko sa Bulacan, and all yung mga taga-Tondo.
Ang angas na Tondo. Paul Lee, congratulations.
Nakita nga po natin ang manlalaro ni Coach Chito Victolero and NLEX back to the drawing board as they were led by Alex Malyari but not enough in the down the stretch para sa kanyang kapunan.
Well, that was a big shot by Alex Malyari back in game number 1. Pero dito sa laro, iba yung ihip ng hangin. And Alex Malyari,
13
while
points.
he still was able to get 13 points, he had 14 in game number 1, just wasn't the hero that he was cut out to be in game number 1.
And I believe the game really swung in the fourth quarter. No? Kung kailan pumutok ang nag-iisang scoring apostle, PJ Simon scored all 8 of his points in that fourth quarter. That just broke open this game.
Actually, ang daming developments dito, no? Yung mga hugot ni Coach Chito Victolero, but yung sinasabi natin resiliency ng Magnolia so evident in this game. Also, their defense to hold NLEX down to 41.9% shooting from the floor while Magnolia hit 50%. Malaking bagay yun.
Tabla na tayo dito sa ating serye at 1 apiece as we take a look at some of the highlights in this game. Nakita natin na Magnolia, sabi nga ni Paulie sa kanyang interview, really came out trying to play inspired basketball for their fallen comrade. He got off to a red-hot start.
Well, 10 points already for Paul Lee right in the first period when he had only 8 in the entire game nung series opener. But scored in first quarter, 27 and 20. And Magnolia getting off to a hot start.
In the second quarter, medyo naitapyas ng NLEX ang kalamangan. They were able to get back into the game, but it seemed like Magnolia had all of the answers this time with Ian Sangalang. Siya naman ang pumutok sa second quarter, and that would give Magnolia an 8-point lead heading into the half.
Malaking bagay din yung contribution ng mga bigs na Magnolia. And Ian Sangalang with 15 points at the half, making sure that their size would be able to be translated into dominance off the boards and scores inside the painted area.
And back and forth we went in the third quarter as NLEX was able to get their offense on track. Nababa nilang kalamangan to as many as 6 points. And nakala natin, napakahirit pa dito ang Road Warriors. But Magnolia Hotshots were still able to take the lead at the end of the third.
Well, NLEX hit 5 3-point shots noong third period. But si Paul Lee scoring 9 points in that quarter to make sure that Magnolia is still ahead by 8 entering the fourth.
Nakita na nga po natin yung mga numero ng PJ Simon as he would knock down 2 triples in that fourth quarter. And Simon was just aggressive in the fourth quarter, dealing damage and making sure that there would be no doubt kung sino ang magwawagi dito sa ating laro.
What 29-point fourth period scored here by Magnolia, and that made the big difference. And Magnolia showing that hindi lang sila defensive team.
Right.
Maganda rin ang kanilang opensa if they're in high gear shooting shots. As you can see, nag-50% field goal percentage sila, no? While holding NLEX to only 41%. Sa free throws, they became very aggressive. What a big change from 6 free throw attempts in game 1 to 27 free throw attempts in game number 2. Laki ng diferensya. Tapos sa rebounding, plus 13 sila. At saka sa points of the turnovers, again, nangangalahati, 30 turnover points for Magnolia of those turnovers of NLEX.
I think naging evident talaga yung pagka-agresibo nitong Magnolia Hotshots, especially with their 27 free throws. As we take a look at the leading scorers, Paul Lee leading the way with 27 points at meron ding 18 na naiambag si Ian Sangalang. While for NLEX, a very quiet game from their stars, Kiefer only with 9, Kinyahan with 13. As we take a look at the series, sa kabila naman as San Miguel Beermen have taken a 2-0 lead, Barangay Ginebra. They were sent to overtime. Muntikan pa nila makuha ang panalo. Pero ang Marshall Lassiter Napakalaki ng ginawa in overtime, of course, with June Mar Fajardo. So hihirit pa ba ang Barangay Ginebra or lalamang na ng 3-0 ang San Miguel Beermen and make their way to the finals with one more victory? Best of 7, Game 3 is going to be happening tomorrow, March 13 at the Mall of Asia Arena. At dito na po magtatapos ang ating coverage sa ngalan ni Dadine Quinito Henson, Miss Riza Diaz, and ang buong pwersa ng Sports 5. Ako po si Chuck Araneta. And thank you so much for watching the PBA Philippine Cup here on ESPN 5.